Hello to all the Insaka followers and Insaka faithfuls. We are back. And something that has changed on Insaka. First of all, this will now be a podcast, but we also want to make our conversations extremely engaging. We have two new additions on the program, and I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves. Gentlemen, please introduce yourselves, what you do, your name, and a bit of your family, if you have any.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Pastor Sunday. Greetings to the viewers of Insaka. My name is Gideon Mpeni. I am married to Chileto, my husband, and a father of two, Jeremiah and Josie. And I have the privilege of serving as a Dean of Students here at Central Africa Baptist University. And I also have the privilege to serve as one of the elders at Kitwe Church. Sure.
Great. And you became an elder there this year?
Yes, I became an elder there this year. I'm still in my honeymoon phase.
Great. Good job. All
sure.
Right.
All right. Greetings to our dear followers of Insaka. My name is Joao Domingos. It's also a privilege, Pastor Sandy, to be part of the Insaka podcast now. And I'm married to Belle Domingos. And we have a very precious, beautiful little daughter by the name of Chisola. And I also have a privilege to serve as one of the elders at Kitwe Church and also to serve here at Central Africa Baptist University. So it's a joy to be part of this podcast.
Great. And you are Bemba by tribe, right?
No. Pano. I'll get there. No, I'm Angolan and I'm Uvimbundu by tribe.
Oh, great. Yeah. Good. But Chisola, that's a Zambian name.
Yeah, I was told that, but it's actually Umbundu, which means love.
Okay, in Angola as well.
Yeah,
I think Angola and Zambia shares a portion of names. Yeah, somewhere there. Okay, good. Let's remind ourselves that Insaka is a program, now a podcast, that is dedicated to discussing real life issues from a biblical perspective. We believe that the Bible has something to say about every aspect of life. The Bible is sufficient for life and godliness. The Bible is sufficient for faith and practice. So we believe then on Insaka that the Bible has answers to life's most difficult questions. And so here we discuss all issues of life, and we do so from a biblical perspective. But we also take time to survey the general thought around whatever the issue is. We take the time to research how people think about a particular topic, and then we go to the standard, the Bible. What is the truth? What does the Bible say? So that is the philosophy of Insaka. From time to time, Insaka will be going around to ask people some questions, random thoughts, so that we also hear what people think on particular topics. But we will come back here and say, this is what the Bible says. Now, let's do a recap of where we are coming from. We have covered quite a few topics. I want to find out from the men who have just joined me, if at all they have checked out the previous episodes of Insaka, any particular episode that appealed to you, anything that you learned. If the concept is new, just feel free to say so.
Yeah, well, let me jump in. I think the last episode I've watched was on suicide. Yeah, I think that was really helpful because that's if I can say, it's a pandemic that is very prevalent. And so I think the brothers who were on that podcast, on that episode, they addressed it in a biblical perspective, just explaining and helping us understand as viewers the sanity of life. So I think that episode was really good.
Great.
Yeah.
And I do remember as well, most of those episodes that were aired during that time of COVID. So even when that one on suicide was aired, that time of COVID really created this sense of despair in the lives of many, at the backdrop of many losing their jobs, not knowing as to what they'll feed their families. It really encapsulated as to what was need for the time, and even some of the topics that you have tackled regarding the health, wealth, and prosperity gospel, and some of the wrong practices that we are seeing in the church in Africa. I found it so informative and at the same time challenging, that the contributions have been so resolute that you're not just pointing to the problems, but you're giving the solutions as well.
Let's give our listeners or viewers or followers the roadmap. Where are we going with this year's Insaka? Let me run through just 4 topics for now. We have a lot of topics lined up, exciting ones. I'm very excited actually to discuss these topics. So the first one, we shall look at the abuse of prayer in our context, which is Africa. The abuse of prayer. This one really is of interest to me.
Also,
yes. So let me just briefly.
Prayer abuse.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just briefly explain. So, I think that when you have people trying to fly to Nigeria, Uganda, or wherever it is,
Malawi,
especially, I don't know, Malawi of all places, we won't go there. You know, there's something that we are missing about prayer. So that's one piece. But also, can we go to the Bible and be guided on what prayer is, how prayer should be done, and just can we go to the Bible and be guided about prayer? So that's what this episode will focus on when we come to the abuse of prayer. Can you pray anyhow? You know, I'm reminded, you know, of that situation in the Bible, Elijah and the false prophet. You remember what the false prophets were doing, right?
Cutting themselves.
That's abuse of prayer, by the way. Okay, that's abuse of prayer. So we can make a case that there's such a thing as the abuse of prayer. Okay. So you can look forward to that episode. It's coming. And it will be our first episode. We also want to discuss the theme, navigating difficult times. Now, here is why.
Yes.
Every human being faces difficulties. The issue is how
do we navigate? Okay.
There's no one immune to difficulties. It's the nature of life after the fall. And so the question is how. So you refer to suicide. That's one way that some people choose to navigate the difficulties of life.
And I think that's also an important discussion because how you deal with a difficult situation in life reveals a lot. Especially reveals who you worship. So I think that's a good
that's a profound point.
Here is the thing. Look, I can speak for these men. We don't care what the motivational speakers tell you.
That's true.
Difficulties will come. We don't care what the prophet or whoever said. There's no utopia in the fallen world on earth. Difficulties will come. So the critical question becomes, how do I deal with difficulties when they come? Look forward to that episode.
I see you are charged. I think the statement you just made reminds me of what Job says, that man born of a woman is full of trouble and his days are full of affliction. So it's inevitable. I love the way you put it. It's inevitable. Then the profound statement that you are putting to say how you respond entails as to who you worship. I'm looking forward to that.
Don't give too much. They need to pay, for the next episode. Okay. Then we shall also discuss this one. Let me just state it as it is. Finding your drive.
Finding your drive.
What drives you?
Okay.
If you think about it, everyone is driven by something.
It's true.
Yeah, everyone is driven by something. Everyone has a reason why they wake up early in the morning to do what they do. It's like there's fuel, Yeah. So the question again is, do you run by diesel or petrol or kerosene
or there's cars now, electric cars.
Yeah. Or are you an electric car?
With all this load shedding.
Yeah. Or battery, lithium or whatever. That's the question, because there's something that drives every human being. And we believe that the Bible speaks to that in terms of what should drive you. A flood of scriptures is on my mind right now, but look forward to that discussion because it's coming. So these are the discussions that we hope to cover in the 4 series that we have, and then we shall tell you the next series and the discussions that will be covered in the series. See you. Don't go very far. Just look out for the next episode, and it's coming next week Friday.